Now it's time for the last word. 'Tis the season to peer into a hazy political crystal ball to decipher the year ahead. This despite my history of many wrong predictions. The oncoming year is going to be an epic one for Canadian politics, with a general election, a key provincial election, a pivotal by-election, and plenty of economic jitters here and around the world. Here's how I see 2019 rolling out. I think NDP leader Jagmeet Singh will lose a Burnaby by-election fight for a common seat in February. He will defiantly vow to stay on as leader, but the NDP caucus will revolt over that. After several incendiary weeks, Singh relents, he'll step down, and force of personality Nathan Cullen will become the leader on an emergency caucus vote. Also, the August trial of former Vice Admiral Mark Norman causes the government considerable embarrassment when the court rules they're prosecuting the wrong guy for leaking cabinet information. Also, I predict that building the Trans Mountain Pipeline expansion will resume in July after consultations with Indigenous communities and a marine impact assessment wraps up. Court challenges are quickly filed to block that construction resumption. All this, however, comes too late to help Alberta Premier Rachel Notley. United Conservative Party leader Jason Kenney wins a majority mandate in Alberta next May, and he, of course, immediately cancels the carbon tax. I also think Finance Minister Bill Morneau, confronted by signs of a looming recession, will warn that this is not the time for fiscal restraint, and he will boost the deficit spending even higher in his spring budget. Watch Conservative heads explode at that. Also, a limited national pharmacare program will be announced in late spring with a catch. You got to re-elect the Liberals to get it implemented in 2020. Also, I think the government will decide it's not worth the job losses and legal penalties to scrap the sale of Ontario-made armored vehicles to Saudi Arabia. That contract will go ahead. And saving the biggest prediction for last, yep, there'll be an election on October 21st, and while the Trudeau government will lose seats in Atlantic Canada and be wiped out in Alberta, they will gain seats from the NDP in Quebec, and they will probably benefit from a Doug Ford backlash in Ontario. They'll cling to a narrow majority mandate over a late-surging Conservative Party. The Green Party surprises by winning a handful of seats. The NDP, well, they'll barely cling to official party status, and Maxime Bernier will lose his seat as his People's Party fails to land even one seat. Of course, things will likely end up dramatically different. After all, a year ago, did anyone see the rise of Premiers Doug Ford in Ontario, François Legault in Quebec, or Blaine Higgs in New Brunswick? Well, no, they didn't. That's because politics is the art of confounding predictability, and that's what makes it so exciting to cover. So that is the last word.